Take this opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Sano, and I'm going to be the host for this evening. May I also request you to please put your mobile phones on silent. உங்கள் அலைபேசியை அமைதிப்படுத்தும்படி பணிவன்போடு கேட்டுக்கொள்கிறேன். A warm welcome to each and every one of you. Welcome to the 13th edition of CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024. I also take this opportunity to welcome all those of you who are joining us online from across the world. A warm welcome to each and every one of you. Let's take a minute to acknowledge the greatness of this moment, to honor the legacy of a giant through the 13th CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024. A farmer's son came up with an idea that came like a thunderclap, upended the politics of inequality, shattered decades of conventional business wisdom, and overcame centuries of social pecking order. Through his sachet, he spoke to millions of poor people across the world and reminded them about something they all had forgotten, that we are all equal and that dignity is a human right. It's no surprise that the idea came from the son of Tamil Nadu. Our culture and language and my mother tongue, Tamil, enforces the concept of respect. When we say vanakkam, we pay our respect, acknowledge the fact that regardless of gender or any social construct, we respect them. So, அனைவருக்கும் அன்பான மாலை வணக்கம். செம்மொழி தமிழ் வணக்கம். Since 2011, the Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards have honored small-scale entrepreneurs for their exceptional innovations. The awards celebrate the visionary, late Sri R. Chinnikrishnan, whose sachet packaging revolutionized accessibility, making products affordable to all, and his belief was so simple. Whatever the rich man enjoys, the common man should be able to afford too. These awards continue to honor his legacy, keeping his dream and values alive through innovative contributions to society. What started in 2011 at the regional level, the Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards have now gone national, grown bigger, more unique, and stronger this year. And this year is also very, very special as we have the privilege of launching the book, Chinnikrishnan, Father of the Sachet Revolution, the icing on the cake of this memorable and beautiful evening. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my absolute honor to invite on stage the family of late Sri R. Chinnikrishnan avargal for the book launch. I now invite Dr. C.K. Ashok Kumar, Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, Mr. C.K. Kumaravel. Joining him on stage would be Mr. Arjun, son of late Dr. C.K. Rajkumar. I also invite Mr. Mahalingam, President MMA, Partner Director, TSM Group of Companies. I also invite our guest of honor, Padma Bhushan Vairamuthu avargal, poet and lyricist, and our distinguished chief guest, Ms. Prabha Narasimhan, MD and CEO, Colgate Palmolive India Limited. Let's invite them with a nice big round of applause. கைத்தட்டலுடன் அனைவரையும் வரவேற்போம் மேடையில். I request you all to please stand and remain standing because we are going to rise for the Tamil Thai Vartha. So all of you please rise and join our dignitaries on stage. Dignitaries on stage, it's time for the Tamil Thai Vartha.
சீனாரும் மதனமென திகழ்வழக கண்டனில் துக்களவும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடர்கள் திருநாடும் பக்க சிறு திரை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் வழங்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனே தமிழனே ஒரு சீரினவன் திறந்து எந்த செயல்மகன் வாழ்ந்ததுமே வாழ்ந்ததுமே வாழ்ந்ததுமே.
Thank you. I'm now truly delighted to invite Mr. Mahalingam, President MMA, Partner Director, TSM Group of Companies, to deliver the welcome address.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Very, very warm welcome to all of you. It's indeed my privilege, honor, and pleasure to deliver the formal welcome address on this, what promises to be and has always been an inspiring occasion for us at Madras Management Association. I'd like to first welcome our chief guests and guests of honor, Ms. Prabha Narasimhan, MD and CEO of Colgate, Palmolive, India. Thanks, Prabha. Thanks for coming. It's also my honor and privilege to welcome Kavi-Perarasu, Mr. Vairamathu. Thank you, sir. Nandri. Nandri, Kavingiyar avargale. It's indeed, you're making this occasion more special for us. And of course, Mr. C. Ranganathan, Chairman and Managing Director, CavinKare Private Limited. In many ways, he's the brain, the heart and soul behind this event. Thank you, CKR. I'd like to invite the family members of Mr. Chinnikrishnan who are here, who joined us on this momentous occasion. It's truly, this evening is a tribute to Mr. Chinnikrishnan and his innovations. And we are glad that his family members are here as well. I will take this opportunity to welcome all the invitees who are here, guests who have come from far, students who are here, and many hundreds or possibly thousands who are watching this program online from across the country and across the globe. Thank you so much for coming in such large numbers and encouraging this and getting inspired by this. Especially privileged to have Ms. Prabha Narasimhan as our esteemed chief guest today. Ms. Prabha Narasimhan is not new to MMA for us. She's been addressing us on many important occasions and events. We're so glad she's here, not only because she is the MD and CEO of Colgate, Palmolive, India, but she represents an organization which I believe has thrived on innovation through the ages. So we're going to get, I'm sure, a lot of wonderful insights from a person who represents Colgate, Palmolive. Thanks, Prabha, again. MMA is proud to have been associated with the MMA Chinnikrishnan Awards for more than 11, 12 years now. This is the 13th year, actually. This partnership reflects our shared commitment to fostering a culture of democratization of innovation. Our goal is to promote true inclusivity by engaging every member of society in the innovation practices across the nation and hopefully the world. In the days of the 70s and 80s, when I was a student, innovation or invention was the preserve of professors, academics, engineers, technologists, and mostly practiced in the research labs of large organizations and laboratories. One individual, and maybe more individuals like him, demolished that myth forever, Mr. Chinnikrishnan. He said how, as earlier was mentioned, the son of a farmer could create an innovation assessing the need of what the customer wanted, and he transformed the way products were consumed and distributed forever. I think I really salute Mr. Chinnikrishnan on this occasion for such a wonderful, impactful innovation. I would also like to warmly congratulate CavinKare for its continued commitment to this initiative in identifying and celebrating high-quality innovations year after year. A special thanks to Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, CKR as we fondly know him, for his unwavering commitment to this. Special thanks, CKR sir, for doing this with MA year after year. We are indeed honored and privileged. Thank you so much. It makes us feel very proud, and I must mention Group Captain Vijay Kumar, who's been the life behind this, keeping this going. So all of us should toast Mr. Vijay, Group Captain Vijay Kumar also. Thanks, Vijay. As I said earlier, the heart of this initiative is about identifying, recognizing, rewarding, and providing a platform for innovators and exceptional entrepreneurs and innovators. I think they succeeded in doing this in many ways. And I must mention here that many of these awardees have gone on to become successful ventures later on. It's a tribute to this initiative. I'm also delighted that in just a short while, we'll witness the launch of the book, Chinnikrishnan, Father of the Sachet Revolution. This book launch is fitting, that a tribute to a remarkable visionary whose innovation transformed industries and lives. Imagine a single individual in Tamil Nadu creating an innovation and changing the way business is done. The tribute to that is he assessed the need that we needed to provide accessibility and affordability to the Indian customer, to products and services which were earlier unaffordable, by the simple logic of giving them in the right quantity. I think in many ways, it transformed the way and people could access these products and services. And in that context, I think it was an initiative which had such large impact that many of his competitors, not only in this category, but many other categories, had no choice to follow suit, and it included many international companies as well. And testament to the fact that Indian innovation sets the way for the world. So, in many ways, I think this book chronicles the story of this innovator and inventor, I would call it. I think it's fit that we are doing this on occasion. We're going to have the good fortune of coming here, Vairamuthu, talking about it today. We are looking forward to it as well. As I said in the beginning, necessity many times and scarcity trigger and catalyze innovation. I think this is a classic story of necessity and scarcity, and the identification of a need catalyzes innovation. And Mr. Chinnikrishnan's story and CavinKare story and what Mr. CKR has done with that taking forward is also a classic example of that. Today, we have truly delighted that we have 3 winners. I've been lucky to be part of the jury once and witness the jury twice with Ms. CKR. I can tell you only one thing about this, that the quality of the participants and entries keep increasing every year, and the impact they have created and can potentially create keeps increasing dimensionally every year. And thanks to Mr. Vijay Kumar team and the CavinKare team, the rigor of the process, the detail of the process, and the reach of the process nationally is truly fantastic. And today we have entries from all over the country. And one of the comments during the jury meeting was, we would have loved to have a little more entries from Tamil Nadu. We did have good entries from Tamil Nadu, but the truly national nature of this award. I congratulate all the winners in advance. I think you truly deserve it. This evening, every time I've attended this meeting, I've left with the feeling of warmth and hope that we as a country can do it. And such positivity is rare in today's despondent times. So must thank CavinKare, Mr. CKR, for this initiative to make us feel better about ourselves and give us hope for the future. I'm sure thanks to all these initiatives, there'll be more innovators, more innovations, and India will be a much better place to live in. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It was a very polite applause for someone who just said the greatest ideas are going to come from our country. And we hear all those who believe in what he just said. Better, we can do better. Thank you very much. I now take the opportunity to invite the founder of First World Community, Dr. C.K. Ashok Kumar, to tell us about the book. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause.
எல்லோருக்கும் மாலை வணக்கம். சிகே குடும்பத்தார் சார்பாக இந்த விழாவிற்கு வருகை தந்திருக்கும் உங்கள் அனைவரையும் வருக வருக என வரவேற்கிறோம். This event is very special because of the book launch of my dad Chinnikrishnan. We thought we will capture all the trials and tribulations what he has experienced in life, and we wanted to bring it to people as a reference book, particularly to the entrepreneur community, and this should be a case study or a reference book to all the startups. Today, more than 1 lakh startups are there in India, but the success rate is very low. But what my dad has captured or experienced, this will be a greatest lesson and a guide to all the budding entrepreneurs. And we have seen many revolutions, and India today has captured Sachet Revolution, which contributed to the GDP of India. And also we have seen many such innovations coming up, and Sachet is many revolutions since independence have come, and Sachet is one among them. And though my father has is not coming from any business background, he thought that whatever a rich man enjoys, a common man should be able to afford. This particular thought was the substratum of the whole Sachet Revolution. This noble thought is the driving force behind this Sachet Revolution. Even after his death, the thought was so powerful that it was manifested through us, and the Sachet Revolution is there everywhere across India. So that is the எண்ணங்களுக்கெல்லாம் அந்த அவ்வளோ வலிமை உண்டு. அதுவும் குறிப்பாக மற்றவர்களுக்காக அந்த எல்லோரும் நல்லாக இருக்க வேண்டும் என்ற எண்ணம் எழும்போது அது பன்மடங்காக பெருகி ஈவன் அவர் வாழ்ந்த நாளுக்கு பிறகும் கூட அந்த எண்ணம் மேலோங்கி நிற்கிறது. That is the power of the thought. And many institutions like Harvard has captured CavinKare as the homegrown entrepreneurs, and Blue Ocean strategy is also been recognized by INSEAD France, and many acknowledgements and Velvet and Chic are the case studies in all the B schools. And this book, I am sure, will inspire many entrepreneurs, and it will improve transform the Indian economy, and we will be able to accomplish our $5 trillion dream, because our dad used to say, don't be a job seeker, be a job giver. So that is the buzzword. There are a lot of takeaways for the entrepreneurs in this book, and particularly many people have given felicitations for this book. அணிந்துரை கொடுத்திருக்கிறார்கள். அதில் குறிப்பாக அவர் கவி பேரரசு வைரமுத்து அவர்கள் இந்த புத்தகத்தை ஒவ்வொரு வரியாக படித்து அணிந்துரை கொடுத்தது மிகவும் சிறப்பு. அவரே இன்றைக்கு சிறப்பு விருந்தினராக வந்து இந்த புத்தகத்தை வெளியிட வந்திருக்கிறது. எங்களுக்கெல்லாம் மகிழ்ச்சி அளிக்கிறது. இந்த புத்தகத்தின் ஆசிரியர் பால் சுயம்பு இதை he made it a very gripping story, and the way it was written, எங்களால் இந்த புத்தகத்தை கீழே வைக்கவே முடியல, அந்த அளவுக்கு நல்லா எழுதியிருக்கு இந்த புத்தகம். நிறைய ரிவ்யூஸ் வந்திருக்கு. And I wish this book will be a case study or a big impact for the entrepreneur community. உங்களை எல்லோரும் மீண்டும் வரவேற்று நீங்கள் எல்லோரும் அன்பிலே மலர்ந்து அறிவிலே தெளிந்து பேராற்றலுடன் கருணையால் வாழ்வாங்கு வாழ வேண்டும் என்று வாழ்த்துகிறேன். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
உங்கள் அழகான வாழ்த்துக்கு நன்றி ஐயா. And I also want to say, thank you so much for all that you do through your first world community supporting entrepreneurs. Thank you for that. Next up on stage, I invite Mr. C.K. Kumruvel to tell us more about this book. Ladies and gentlemen, பெரிய கைத்தட்டலுடன் வரவேற்போம்.
கவி பேரரசு வைரமுத்து ஐயா அவர்களுக்கும், பிரபா நரசிம்மன், my friends on and off the dais. If I have to sum up my father's life in one line, it will be entrepreneurship is going from one failure to another without losing enthusiasm. We almost calculated it is more than 50 products he continuously tried, and at every new trial and new ideas, he will give his complete commitment and complete enthusiasm, a childlike curiosity to make the idea to come alive. And that's what his life is all about. And we never required anything outside. And one of the line what my brother touched, he used to tell that ninga ஆறு பேரும் வந்து you should all be job givers. India doesn't require job seekers, India requires job providers, India requires entrepreneurs. You all should be entrepreneur அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாரு. நாங்கள் ஆறு பேரும் வந்து சிவி எழுதுனதில்லை, ஆறு பேரும் இன்டர்வியூ அட்டன் பண்ணதில்லை, ஆறு பேரும் எங்கேயும் ஒர்க் பண்ணதில்லை. ஐ திங்க் தட் இஸ் தி ஹவு தி பவர் ஆஃப் தி ஐடியா இஸ் ஒர்க்கிங். எங்கள் அம்மா சொல்லுவாங்க, அப்பா வந்து அந்த வெல்வெட் ராம ஜபம் மாதிரி சொல்லிட்டே இருப்பார், வெல்வெட் வில் சேஞ்ச் தி ஃபார்ச்சூன் ஆஃப் அவர் ஃபேமிலி, அப்படி வரும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு திரும்ப திரும்ப சொல்லிட்டே இருப்பாருன்னுவாங்க. இட் டிட் நாட் ஜஸ்ட் சேஞ்ச் தி ஃபார்ச்சூன் ஆஃப் CK ஃபேமிலி, it changed the fortune of the, not only the shampoo market, it changed the fortune of the FMCG industry. I think that is the power of that idea. Ninga vandu, if you take one pomegranate and if you break the pomegranate, you can count the number of seeds in that pomegranate. But if you plant one seed, you will not be able to judge how many pomegranates will come from that one seed. The seed called sachet, what he has seed then, today is available in multiple products. As now is not only a tree, it is a forest. Not only of one product, multiple product, and that's what he has created. And one of the thing which is the profound impact on where there was one deaf man. எங்கள் அப்பாவோட ஐடியா எப்படி பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரொம்ப சிம்பிளாக இருக்கணும் அண்ட் அதே டைம் எஃபெக்டிவாக இருக்கணும். ஒரு டெஃப் மேனு, அவருக்கு வந்து ஒரு சைடு ஒரு ஃபனல் கொடுத்துட்டாரு, இன்னொரு சைடு ஒரு டியூப் கொடுத்துட்டாரு. ஃபனலில் நீங்கள் பேசலாம், டியூப்பில் அவர் காதில் வச்சுக்குவார், அவர் காது கேட்கும். This is the what you call the poor man's hearing aid machine he has invented. I think that's how much he was able to very simplify complex problem. நிறைய பேர் வந்து காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் ப்ராப்ளம், சின்ன பிரச்சனை எடுத்து காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க, அவர் பெரிய காம்ப்ளெக்ஸ் ப்ராப்ளத்தை எடுத்து சிம்பிளிஃபை பண்ணுவார். I think that is what is his greatness. I want to leave with one thought which is I believe his life's mission. Do you want to live as a statistical entity or do you want to live as a meaningful specific? Think over it, the life will open up for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the inspiration, son. I think I would like to add a line to what you said. You said change the fortune of, not just your family, but also the shampoo industry, the FMCG. I think it changed the fortune of this entire country. The way things change after the Sachet Revolution has been tremendous. Thank you for that. And moving on, ladies and gentlemen, we now look forward to an inspiring and thought-provoking address on the book, Chinnikrishnan, Father of the Sachet Revolution. I now invite our guest of honor, Padma Bhushan Vairamuthu avargal, to share his valuable insights on this remarkable book. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause.
மேடையில் அமர்ந்திருக்கும் மேன்மைக்குரிய பெருமக்களே, அவையில் நிறைந்திருக்கும் பெரியவர்களே, நண்பர்களே, தாய்மார்களே, பத்திரிகையாளர்களே, இளம் கல்வியாளர்களே, தொழில் முனைவோர்களே, உங்கள் அனைவருக்கும் எனது அன்பான வணக்கத்தை தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். இன்று உலகத்தின் மிகப்பெரிய கனவு ஆசியா. ஆசியாவின் மிகப்பெரிய கனவு இந்தியா. இந்தியாவின் மிகப்பெரிய கனவு வல்லரசு. வல்லரசு என்பது எதன் பொருட்டு உருவாவது, எது கொண்டு ஆக்கப்பெறுவது? சிந்தித்து பார்த்தால் மண்வளம், மழைவளம், நீர்வளம், நிலவளம், இராணுவ வளம், இவைகளால் ஒன்றும் வல்லரசை கட்டி எழுப்ப முடியாது. வல்லரசை கட்டி எழுப்பக்கூடிய ஒரே ஒரு சக்தி மனித வளம். மனித வளம் என்ற ஒரு வளத்தை அன்றி இந்தியாவை வல்லரசாக கட்டி எழுப்புவது அவ்வளவு எளிதான செயல் அல்ல. அந்த மனித வளத்துக்கு இந்த நூற்றாண்டில் மிகப்பெரிய செழுமை கொடுத்த ஒரு பெருமகனை பற்றித்தான் இன்று நாம் பேச வந்திருக்கிறோம். அவர் பிறந்த ஊர் கடலூர். அவர் பெயர் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன். ஒரு விவசாயிக்கு மகனாக பிறந்து சைக்கிளில் சென்று ஆசிரியப் பணி செய்து கொண்டிருந்த ஒரு மனிதன் தன் சிந்தனைகளை ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட எல்லைக்குள் கட்டி போடாமல் விரித்து செய்தார். அப்துல் கலாம் ஐயா அவர்கள் சொல்வதற்கு முன்பே கனவு காணத் தொடங்கிய ஒரு மனிதன் கடலூர் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன். அந்த கனவு என்ன செய்தது என்றால், மேட்டுக்குடி மக்கள் மட்டுமே அனுபவிக்கத்தக்க நுகர்வு கலாச்சாரத்தை அடித்தட்டு மக்களுக்கு ஏன் அழைத்து செல்லக்கூடாது என்ற ஒரு கேள்விதான் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் என்ற ஒரு ஆசிரியரை ஒரு விஞ்ஞானியாக, தொழில் முனைவோராக, இந்தியாவுக்கு பங்களிப்பு செய்யக்கூடிய ஒரு பெருமகனாக வளர்த்தது என்றால் அது மிகையாகாது. நண்பர்களே, சில செய்திகளை இந்த மன்றத்தில் நான் சொல்வது சிறப்பாக இருக்கும் என்று நினைக்கிறேன். இந்த சபை எளிய சபை அல்ல. இங்கிருக்கும் பெருமக்கள் எல்லாம் சாதாரணமானவர்கள் அல்ல. கற்றவர்கள், சிந்திக்க தெரிந்தவர்கள், நாட்டு நலன் கருதுகிறவர்கள், எதிர்கால இந்தியாவை கட்டி எழுப்ப வேண்டும் என்ற கனவுகளை நெஞ்சில் விதைத்து வைத்திருக்கிறவர்கள். அதனால் உங்களோடு சில செய்திகளை சொல்ல வேண்டும் என்று ஆசைப்படுகிறேன். ஒரு புரட்சி, ஒரு நிகழ்ச்சி, ஒரு கண்டுபிடிப்பு, ஒரு சாதனை, இவைகளெல்லாம் திட்டமிட்டு வருவதல்ல தோழர்களே. ஒரு மூங்கில் காடு தீப்பிடிக்க ஒரே ஒரு தீப்பொறி போதும். ஒரு கடல் உருவானதெல்லாம் ஒரு துளியில் இருந்துதான். மலை உருவானதெல்லாம் துகளில் இருந்துதான். சில சம்பவங்கள் தான் சில பெரிய விஞ்ஞானிகளை உருவாக்கி இருக்கின்றன. ஆப்பிள் மரத்திலிருந்து அருந்து விழுகிறது. நீங்களும் பார்க்கிறோம், நாங்களும் பார்க்கிறோம். யுகம் யுகமாக ஆப்பிள் தோன்றிய காலகட்டத்திலிருந்து மனிதன் ஆப்பிள் மரத்தையும் ஆப்பிளையும் பார்த்து கொண்டிருக்கிறான். ஒரே ஒருவனுக்குத்தான் தெரிகிறது, மரத்திலிருந்து விடைபெறுகிற ஆப்பிள் விண்ணுக்கு செல்லாமல் ஏன் மண்ணுக்கு வருகிறது? ஒரு கேள்வி. அந்த ஒரு கேள்வியில் புவியீர்ப்பு விசை கண்டறியப்பட்டது. இந்த புவியையே மாற்றுகிற அறிவியலை அது இந்த மண்ணுக்கு கிடைத்தது. அப்படி மாற்றி சிந்தித்தவன் ஐசக் நியூட்டன். எல்லோரும் தான் உலை கொதிப்பதை பார்க்கிறோம். உலை கொதிக்கிற போது நீராவியில் மேல் மூடி தள்ளாடுகிறது, அல்லது தகர்க்கப்படுகிறது, நகர்கிறது, இயக்கப்படுகிறது. எல்லோரும் தான் பார்க்கிறோம். ஒரே ஒருவன் தான் ஏன் நீராவியால் அந்த தட்டு நகர்கிறது, அதற்கு ஒரு சக்தி இருக்கிறதோ என்று ஒரு கேள்வியை கேட்டவன் ஒரே ஒருவன். அவன்தான் ஜேம்ஸ் வாட். அவன்தான் நீராவி என்ஜினை கண்டுபிடித்தான். இந்த ஐசக் நியூட்டன் வரிசையில், ஜேம்ஸ் வாட் வரிசையில் வைத்து பார்க்கப்பட வேண்டிய ஒரு மனிதன் அதிகமாக வெளிச்சம் விழாமலே போய்விட்டார். அவர் மீது வெளிச்சம் பாய்ச்சத்தான் இந்த கூட்டம் நிகழ்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறது. அவர் பெயர் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன். ஒரு நாள் ரயிலில் போகிறார். ஒரு திருடன், அவன் பெட்டி உடைக்கப்படுகிறது. உடைத்தால் எல்லா பொருள்களும் சிதறுகின்றன. அவன் ஒரு எண்ணெய் புட்டி வைத்திருந்தான். ரொம்ப முக்கியமான செய்தி இதுதான். ஒரு சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் என்ற மனிதனுக்கு எப்படி சிந்தனை வந்தது? அப்படி பார்க்கிறார். பார்த்தபோது ஒரு புட்டி வைத்திருக்கிறான் அந்த திருடன் தன் பெட்டியில். இவர்கள் உடைத்த வேகத்தில் அந்த புட்டி உடைந்து விடுகிறது. உள்ளிருந்த எண்ணெய் வழிகிறது. அடடா, எல்லா பொருளும் சிதறாமல் இருக்கிறது, புட்டியில் இருந்த எண்ணெய் மட்டும் வழிகிறது. இந்த புட்டியில் இருக்கிற எண்ணெய் வழியாமல் கொண்டு செல்வதற்கு என்ன வழி என்று யோசித்திருக்கிறார். இதை ஏன் பொட்டலப்படுத்த கூடாது? இதை ஏன் வழியாத புட்டியிலிருந்து இதை ஏன் மாற்றக்கூடாது? புட்டிக்கு மாற்று ஏன் கண்டறியக்கூடாது? மேட்டுக்குடி மக்கள் தான் ஷாம்பு போட்டு குளிக்க முடியுமா? எங்கள் ஊரில் நாங்கள் அரைப்பு என்று ஒரு சீயக்காய் தேய்ப்போம். பிறகு சில இலை தழைகளை அரைத்து தலையில் தேய்த்துக் கொள்வோம். இன்னும் ஏழைகள் என்ன செய்வார்கள் தெரியுமா? ஆற்று ஓரத்தில் படிந்திருக்கிற வண்டல் மண், கரம்பை மண், இதை உள்ளே எடுத்து ஒரு தெள்ளு தெள்ளி தலையில் தேய்த்து குளித்து விட்டு போவார்கள். கரம்பை மண்ணை தலைக்கு தேய்த்து குளிக்கிற ஒரு கலாச்சாரத்தில் இருந்த இந்தியனை நீயும் மேட்டுக்குடி போல் ஷாம்பு போட்டு குளிக்கலாம் என்று கொண்டு வந்தவர் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன். அவர் கீழிருந்து மேலே சிந்திக்கவில்லை, மேலிருந்து கீழே சிந்தித்தார். அதனுடைய பயனாக இன்றைக்கு இந்த நாட்டில் இவ்வளவு பெரிய புரட்சி நடக்கிறது. நுகர்வு கலாச்சாரத்தின் எல்லா துறைகளையும் அவர் வணிகமயப்படுத்தினார். அதனால்தான் இன்றைக்கு அவர் பெயரை சொல்லிக் கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். நண்பர்களே, இந்த நாட்டில் நட்சத்திரங்கள் கொண்டாடப்படுகிற அளவுக்கு, இந்த நாட்டில் அரசியல்வாதிகள் கொண்டாடப்படுகிற அளவுக்கு, இந்த நாட்டில் பிரபலங்கள் கொண்டாடப்படுகிற அளவுக்கு இந்த நாட்டில் விஞ்ஞானிகளும் சாதனையாளர்களும் கொண்டாடப்படுவதில்லை என்பதுதான் இந்தியாவின் மிகப்பெரிய இழிந்த விதி என்று நான் நினைக்கிறேன். என்றைக்கு கொடியேற்றுவதற்கு நீங்கள் ஆகஸ்ட் 15 அன்று நீங்கள் விஞ்ஞானிகளை, மருத்துவர்களை, பெரிய பெரிய சாதனையாளர்களை, இந்த மண்ணுக்கு பயன் தருகிற மக்களை அழைத்து குடியேற்ற சொல்கிறீர்களோ அன்றுதான் இந்தியா வல்லரசாவதற்கான விதை விழுகிறது என்று பொருள். அந்த வகையில் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணனை நீங்கள் கொண்டாட வேண்டும். எனக்கு தெரிந்து இந்த நூல், அழகான இந்த நூல், ஒரு மனிதன் வாழ்வில் எப்படியெல்லாம் மேலெழுந்து வந்தான் என்பதை சுட்டுகிற நூல். அவர் கண்டுபிடித்தது வெல்வெட். ஆனால் காலம் அவரை வெல்வெட்டு விரித்து அழைத்து, ஏற்றுக்கொள் மகனே, இதுதான் சிம்மாசனம், அமர்ந்து கொள் மகனே என்று ஆற்றுப்படுத்தி அமர வைக்கவில்லை. முள்ளில் நடந்துதான் வெல்வெட்டை தொட்டார், பள்ளத்தில் நடந்துதான் சிகரத்தை தொட்டார். சிராய்ப்புகளுக்கு பிறகுதான் அவர் மகுடங்கள் பெற்றார். தலையில் முள் ஆணிகள் அடிக்கப்பட்ட பிறகுதான் அவர் கிரீடம் பெற்றார். அவர் அடைந்த அவமானங்களை உங்களுக்கு நான் சொல்ல தேவையில்லை. எல்லாவற்றையும் கடந்து ஒரு மனிதன் வென்றிருக்கிறார். எல்லாவற்றையும் விட நான் அவரை சிறப்பாக கருதுவது, தான் மட்டும் சிறந்து விளங்க வேண்டும் என்று கருதியவர் அல்ல. தன் அறிவை தனக்கான ஊதியத்தை கண்டுபிடிப்பதற்கான வழியாக அவர் கை கொள்ளவில்லை. தான் பொருள் ஈட்ட வேண்டும் என்ற மதியோடு வளர்ந்தவர் இல்லை. தன்னை சார்ந்தவர்கள் வளர வேண்டும், தன் ஊர் வளர வேண்டும், ஒடுக்கப்பட்ட மக்கள் வளர வேண்டும். குடிசை தொழில்களை உருவாக்கியவர் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்கள். தன்னை சுற்றி 500 தொழில் அதிபர்களை உண்டாக்கிவிட்ட பெருமை சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்களுக்கு உண்டு. அவருடைய பெருமைகளிலெல்லாம் பெருமை, தன் குடும்பத்தில் உள்ள அத்தனை பேரையும் வெற்றிகரமான மனிதர்களாவதற்கான விதையை தூவிவிட்டு சென்றதுதான் அவர் செய்த மிகப்பெரிய காரியம். என் அருமை நண்பர் ராஜ்குமார் ஒரு வெற்றி செல்வர். சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்களின் வித்து இன்றைக்கு இந்தியாவில் அதிகமாக பேசப்படுகிற தொழில் அதிபர்களுள் ஒருவராக திகழ்கிற என் அருமை சகோதரர் கெவின்கேர் CK ரங்கநாதன் அந்த சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் என்ற மாமனிதன் விதைத்த வித்து. அசோக் குமார் அவர்கள் அந்த மாமனிதனுக்கு பிறந்த வித்து. CK குமரவேல் அவர்கள் என் ஆருயிர் சகோதரர், அவரால் வளர்க்கப்பட்ட பிள்ளை. இந்த பிள்ளைகளுக்கெல்லாம் அவர் ஊட்டியிருக்கிற அறிவு, கற்றுக் கொடுத்த நேர்மை, தொழிலில் உண்டாகிற நேர்த்தி, நேர்மை தொழிலில், நேர்த்தி தொழிலில், உண்மை தொழிலில், உழைப்பு தொழிலில், இந்த நேர்மை, நேர்த்தி, உண்மை, உழைப்பு என்ற 4 மந்திரங்களையும் தன் பிள்ளைகளுக்கு கற்றுக் கொடுத்த பெருமைக்குரியவர் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்கள். ஒரு உண்மையை சொல்ல வேண்டும் உங்களுக்கு. நம்முடைய சீக்கிய ரங்கநாதன் இன்றைக்கு உலகத்தின் ஒரு முக்கியமான தொழிலதிபராக திகழ்கிறார். இவர் பள்ளிக்கூடத்தில் ஒன்றும் முதல் மதிப்பெண் பெற்ற மாணவர் இல்லை. இவர் ஒன்றும் பிறக்கும் போதே அறிவின் உச்சத்தில் பிறக்கவில்லை. 4ஆம் வகுப்பு தோற்று போனவர். 8ஆம் வகுப்பில் கணக்கில் ஃபெயில் ஆனவர். இப்படிப்பட்ட ஒரு பிள்ளைதான் அவர். அவர் எப்படி வளர்த்திருப்பார் யோசித்து பாருங்கள். மாணவ கண்மணிகள் வந்திருந்தால் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு வார்த்தை, இளைஞர்கள் வந்திருந்தால் உங்களுக்கு ஒரு வார்த்தை. கல்விக்கும் மதிப்பெண்ணுக்கும் வாழ்க்கையின் வெற்றிக்கும் ஒரு சம்பந்தமும் இல்லை. நீங்கள் மதிப்பெண் குறைவாக பெற்றிருக்கலாம், தோற்றிருக்கலாம். தோற்றதனால் தான் நீங்கள் மிகப்பெரிய உயரத்துக்கு செல்லக்கூடிய வாய்ப்பை காலம் வழங்கி இருக்கலாம். அவர் நன்றாக படித்திருந்தால் கலெக்டர் ஆகியிருக்கலாம். காத்திருப்போர் பட்டியலில் ஒரு 3 மாதம் சும்மா உட்கார்ந்திருக்கலாம். ஆனால் இன்றைக்கு சீக்கிய ரங்கநாதன் அவர்கள் 1000 பேருக்கு 10,000 பேருக்கு தொழில் கொடுக்கக்கூடிய இடத்தில் இருக்கிறார். எல்லாம் அந்த மாமனிதன் விதைத்த பயிற்சியும் முயற்சியும் உழைப்பும் உண்மையும் என்றால் மிகையாகாது. என் அருமை நண்பர் சீக்கிய குமரவேல் வந்து என்னோடு அடிக்கடி பேசுவார். அவரோடு நான் பேசுவேன். சில பேர் நினைத்துக் கொண்டிருக்கலாம் வைரமுத்துவோடு பேசுவதால் சீக்கிய குமரவேல் ஏதாவது அடைவார் என்று நீங்கள் தப்பாக கருதுகிறீர்கள். சீக்கிய குமரவேலோடு பேசுவதால் தான் நான் சில புதிய விஷயங்களை தெரிந்து கொள்கிறேன். அவர் நிகழ்காலத்தோடு இருக்கிறார். ஒவ்வொரு சனத்தோடும் உறவாடுகிறார். அவர் மிக மென்மையான ஆளு. அவர் அரவணைத்து போவார் எல்லாரையும். தொழிலாளிகளை அரவணைத்து செல்வதுதான் நிகழ்காலத்தின் மிகப்பெரிய சூத்திரம். தொழிலாளி இன்றைக்கு சுயமரியாதை எதிர்பார்க்கிறான். அவனை சகாவாக நினைக்க விரும்புகிறான். அவனை தொழிலாளியாக நினைத்தால் அது பழைய காலம். ஆண்டான் அடிமை பழைய காலம். முதலாளி தொழிலாளி என்பது பழங்காலம். இன்னைக்கு நீ ஒரு சகா, நான் ஒரு சகாவாக பணியாற்றுவோம். ஒரு 10வது மாடியில் ஹிட்லர் வந்து பிரஸ் மீட் வச்சார். எல்லாரும் வந்திருந்தார்கள். ஹிட்லர் சொன்னாராம், நான் எது சொன்னாலும் என்னுடைய படை வீரர்கள் செய்வார்கள். அப்படியா? உங்கள் படை வீரர்களுக்கு அப்படியா பயிற்சி கொடுத்திருக்கிறீர்கள்? என்ன சந்தேகம், நீங்கள் சோதித்து பாருங்கள்னார். உடனே ஒரு பிரஸ் ரிப்போர்ட்டர், இந்த 10வது மாடியிலிருந்து உங்கள் படை வீரர்களில் ஒருவனை குதிக்க சொல்ல முடியுமா? இது என்ன பிரமாதம், கீழே குதின்னா. ஒரு படை வீரர் அங்கிருந்து குதிச்சுட்டான் 10வது மாடியிலிருந்து. ஐயோ ஐயோ என்று பதறினார்கள். இது என்ன பிரமாதம். இன்னொருவன் நீ குதின்னான். அவனும் குதிக்க போனான். எல்லாரும் ஓடி போய் அவனை கையை பிடித்து இழுத்தார்கள். அதற்கு அவன் சொன்னானாம், விடுங்க சார், இவங்கிட்ட வேலை பார்க்கறதுக்கு நான் குதிச்சே செத்து போனான். எனக்கு முன்னால ஒருத்தன் மோட்சத்துக்கு போயிட்டான் நரகத்தை விட்டு. நான் அந்த மோட்சத்திற்கு போக வேண்டும், என்னை வழிவிடுங்கள், தடுக்காதீர்கள் என்று சொன்னாராம். இது அந்த காலம். அதாவது பணியாற்றுவதற்கு அந்த புன்னகை தேவை, மதித்தல் தேவை. அந்த புன்னகையும் மதிப்பும் தேவை என்பதை குமரவேல் தொழிலாளிகளுக்கு சொல்லிக் கொடுத்திருக்கிறார் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் அவர்கள். அந்த ஒரு மிகப்பெரிய வாழ்க்கையை வாழ்ந்திருக்கிறார், கற்றுக் கொடுத்திருக்கிறார். அவர் வாழ்வியல் பாடம் என்பது எனக்கு தெரிந்து ஒன்று, மனிதா இதுதான் உன் எல்லை என்று எதையும் தீர்மானித்துக் கொள்ளாதே. இந்த தலைக்கு மேலே ஒரு ஃபேன், எனக்கு ஒரு 27,000 ரூபாய் சம்பளம், ஒரு ஸ்கூட்டர், இது போதும், என் வாழ்க்கை, நான் நிம்மதியாக இருக்கிறேன் என்று நினைத்தால் முன்னேறவே முடியாது. நீ 10 லட்சம் ரூபாய் ஊதியம் பெற்றாலும் இது அல்ல நான் எண்ணி வந்த இடம், இதனினும் பெரிது, நான் பெரிதினும் பெரிது கேட்பவேன் என்று சிந்திக்கிறவன் தான் வாழ்க்கையை முன்னெடுத்து செல்ல முடியும். அப்படி முன்னெடுத்து செல்லக்கூடிய வாழ்க்கையை கற்றுக் கொடுத்தவர் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன். அன்பர்களே, இந்த நூலை வாசியுங்கள், வாசித்து விட்டு யோசியுங்கள். சில நூல்கள் படிப்பதற்கு மட்டும், சில நூல்கள் கற்பதற்கு மட்டும், சில நூல்கள் பொழுதுபோக்குக்கு மட்டும். இந்த நூல் வாசிப்பதற்கல்ல, நீங்கள் வசிப்பதற்கு, கற்பதற்கல்ல, நீங்கள் வாழ்வதற்கு ஒரு நூல், கற்பதற்கு மட்டுமல்ல, வாழ்ந்து காட்டுவதற்கு ஒரு நூல். இந்த நூலை நீங்கள் பெற்று பயன்பெற வேண்டும் என்று நான் விரும்புகிறேன். இந்த சகோதரர்களுக்கு என்னுடைய பேரன்பு, இவர்களோடு நான் கொண்ட உறவு எனக்கு நான் பெற்ற பெருமை என்று கருதுகிறேன். இவர்கள் யாரும் ஓயவில்லை. நான் பெய்து விட்டது போதும் என்று மேகம் நிறுத்தி கொண்டால் பூமி என்ன ஆவது? வீசியது போதும் என்று காற்று நிறுத்தி கொண்டால் சுவாச குழல்கள் என்ன ஆவது? உதித்தது போதும் என்று சூரியன் தூங்கிவிட்டால் பூமியின் வாழ்க்கை என்ன ஆவது? உழைத்தது போதும் என்று நான் நிறுத்தி கொண்டால் இந்த உலகம் என்ன ஆவது? மனிதன் ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட காலம் வரைக்கும் தனக்காக உழைக்கிறான். ஒரு குறிப்பிட்ட எல்லையை தாண்டி தன்னை சார்ந்த சமூகத்துக்காக உழைக்கிறான். தன்னை சார்ந்த சமூகத்துக்காக உழைக்கிறவன் மாமனிதன். அந்த இடத்திற்கு கடலூர் குடும்பம் வந்திருக்கிறது. உங்களுக்கு ஒரு வார்த்தை கொண்டாடுகிறார்களே வடநாட்டில், இது டாடா குடும்பம், இது அம்பானி குடும்பம், இது அதானி குடும்பம் என்று கொண்டாடுகிறீர்களே, அவர்கள் பெரியவர்கள்தான், மதிக்கத்தக்கவர்கள்தான். எடுத்துக்காட்டாக காட்டுவதற்கு உங்களுக்கு வடநாடுதான் கிடைத்ததா? தென்னாடு கிடைக்கவில்லையா? இனிமேல் இது சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் குடும்பம் என்று கொண்டாடுங்கள். இந்த நாடு கைதட்டட்டும். உங்கள் கரவொலியால் சின்னிகிருஷ்ணன் புகழ் வாழட்டும், இந்த பெருமக்கள் வாழட்டும், புதிய தொழில் முனைவர்கள் வாழட்டும், இந்தியா வல்லரசாகட்டும். நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir. This book is indeed a treasure, not just for your family, for everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to unveil the portrait of a legend who designed a better tomorrow, late Sri R. Chinnikrishnan avargal. This unveiling holds special significance as the portrait is uniquely crafted from used sachets, reflecting our commitment to sustainability, a cause late Sri R. Chinnikrishnan avargal passionately believed in. I would like to take this opportunity to invite Dr. Andal Bhaskar and Ms. Vijay Lakshmi Ramani Shankar, daughters of late Sri R. Chinnikrishnan avargal, to kindly do the honor of unveiling the portrait. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause. Of course, right after this, we will be doing the book launch. Thank you so much. We now come to one of the most anticipated moments of this evening, the launch of the book, Chinnikrishnan, father of the Sachet Revolution. This is a perfect occasion to honor the visionary behind it during the CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024. I now request Padma Bhushan Vairamuthu avargal to release the book and present the first copy to our chief guest, Ms. Prabha Narasimhan. Ladies and gentlemen, absolute treasure. I take this opportunity to invite Mr. Tanshri Palan, Pro-Chancellor, Cyberjaya University, to receive the second copy. Can I have you on stage? For those of you who need inspiration, this is the book that will change your life forever. I guarantee that. I've read it. It's phenomenal. Let me remind the audience, the book is available in 4 languages: Tamil, English, Hindi, and Japanese. I take this opportunity to thank Mr. Vairamuthu, Mr. Prabha Narasimhan, and Mr. Tanshri Palan for receiving and distributing the copies. Thank you very much. Congratulations, everyone. And congratulations to the family. May I now request Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, Chairman and Managing Director, CavinKare Private Limited, to honor the dignitaries with mementos. We will now honor Mr. Vairamuthu on stage. This is our way of saying thank you. We'd like to thank Ms. Prabha Narasimhan for joining us today and making this special. Thank you very much. We will now launch the e-copy right after this. And for this, I invite Mr. Vasu Karthik, Mr. Arun, Mr. Balaji Pichumani to please join us on stage. And the launch of this e-copy is supported by Magic 20 Tamar. Mr. C.K. Kumruber will release the e-copy and present the first digital version to Mr. C.K. Ranganathan. And let me remind the audience that you can download this app absolutely free of cost, and the summary of the book, 20 minutes of it, is available in the audio format. So don't forget to download this app. Ladies and gentlemen, can we applaud this wonderful moment on stage? Congratulations. We also take this moment to honor those who made this book possible. Dr. C.K. Ashok Kumar Avargal will present the mementos to Mr. Paul Suyambu and Mr. Raj Mohan. உங்க எழுத்தாக்கம் படிச்சா ரொம்ப அழகா எழுதிருந்தீங்க. வாழ்த்துக்கள். Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the book launch event. We now move on to the most awaited part of this evening, the presentation of the 13th CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024. May I request Mr. K. Mahalingam and Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, Prabha Narasimhan ma'am to remain seated, and also invite Ms. Aarti Lakshmi Narayan, partner, Shardul, Amarchand, Mangaldas and Co. Thank you, Group Captain R. Vijay Kumar, retired BSM, Executive Director, MMA. Thank you for joining us on stage. Thank you. We're going to watch an AV now, so I request everyone to remain seated on stage. Thank you, Aarti ma'am, for joining us. Let us have the AV on the recent innovation trends from around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have the AV, please? Truly inspiring. It is now my privilege to invite Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, Chairman and Managing Director, CavinKare Private Limited, to deliver the opening remarks. And sir, I'm very curious to know, you're a family of supers, all 5 are super achievers. Did your mum ever had a favorite at all? Isn't it difficult to pick Over to you.
The chief guest of the day, Ms. Prabha Narasimhan, MD, CEO, Colgate Palmolive India. Thank you very much, despite your busy schedule, allotting some time for this special event. Thank you very much, ma'am. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's indeed a great pleasure to welcome you all for this 13th Chinnikrishnan Innovation Award. I'm indeed very happy that we are partnered with MMA for last several years to make this event from what it used to be a Tamil Nadu based to now it's a national based. Thank you, MMA. I would like to specially thank Mali, MMA President, and also GC, who has been instrumental in doing this. Thank you, GC. Also would like to thank Aarti, who represents Shradul Amarchand Mangaldas, for being our process validator. Thank you, Aarti. A lot of people who had helped these all things to put together. I think I'll be going on and on, but I think I would like to thank all of them for making this event a grand one. Thank you, everybody. I was a past president of MMA. I'm very proud of that. And knowing MMA's capabilities, I thought it would be appropriate, had a discussion, said, let's do it in partnership. I think it has been a wonderful experience, and I'm very happy the way it's extremely organized. One thing MMA is known for is every time starting the event on time. It's not only this, any event. I think that's indeed a credit. And as today also, if you look at 6 o'clock we started. My father, who was a teacher, when he started off the kind of small-scale manufacturing industry, I think my brothers talked about that. He was a great innovator. It is all in the way back. He started the company in the year 1968. So he made trial and error. First, he came up with powders to make the kind of this thing, the over-the-counter product, the Epsom salt, boric acid, sulfonamide, wound healing powders, all these things, before he ventured into capsules for actual prescription for malaria, typhoid, etc. That also he did. But this is what he did in the form of a small single dose sachets, powders in a single dose. So he's launched those in the year 1968. I think that was a mark of a single sachet in powder form. Then at that time, it used to be available in 100-gram packets. And everybody used to buy 100 grams and use for 2 days, 3 days, and used to be kept aside. You don't know when you will use the next. And this was very handy. Inspired by the kind of encouragement from the trade, he went on to kind of this thing, innovate the sachet machine. Why not liquid? I think that was indeed the kind of this thing. He launched the first sachet in the year 1972. That I think it went for a lot of curation. I'm very happy. How he went about this, he took the hose pipe which used to water the kind of plants, and he sealed with one end with a heavy PVC welding machine, and he filled water and intermittently sealed it. That's how the first sachet was born, but it was very difficult to cut and open. I think you require a very strong scissor or a very sharp knife. Small scissors can't cut and open that. And sometime our family used to say, we used to use all know that Aruvamanai. So that's the one we used to use to cut that. I think that's the kind of evolution. I have seen that. And that is how we started and curated one by one, slightly softer pillow packs. And he suddenly died of heart attack in the year 1979 as the product started available within South Arcot district. But my brothers, Dr. Rajkumar and Ashok Kumar, took the product and shaped it to much better level. I think at that time what my dad invented was like a steam engine. And what they did is to take it to the next level in terms of what is today you see the metro rails, the automated metro rails, all these things. That's the level of curation they did. And I think what is today's farm, to that level, my brothers, Dr. Rajkumar and Ashok Kumar, they curated it. By the time I joined, it was already doing reasonably well. It has seen the farm, upgraded the formulation, all those things, I think. The credit goes to Dr. Rajkumar and Ashok Kumar to giving it to the next level and shaping the destiny. My dad used to say that, I think one thing we are all very proud. I think a lot of college students are here. He used to encourage us. He never said that you be job creators. My brother was talking. All be job creators. My mom and dad used to always tell this. They used to tell us, study well, or else either be a job creator or you have to go and take care of the cows grazing. So that's how we have been always. That's the one stick my mother used to force us to study. True to their vision, none of us, I think all 6 of us, never worked anywhere outside. We all experimented, tried on our own way. And I think I'm very happy. All of us are successful in our own ways. So that I think is one message I thought is very important. The parenting makes a big role. What you want your children to be, if I think constantly, I think it is told to the children. And I think when they grow up in such an environment, we never thought we'll go and work elsewhere. Rather, we were always dreaming of doing something on our own. I think that made a big difference. We were never afraid to fail. And I think, in fact, everybody had our own quota of failures. But eventually, I think failures are a stepping stone for success. That's indeed a helpful one for all of us. So, any innovation start, my brother was talking about the simple idea of the hearing aid for the kind of this thing. He was a fisherman who couldn't afford. He is 85 years old. But he was struggling. People used to shout to make him hear. So my father just gave a funnel and a small plastic tube so that you can put the plastic tube and that is kind of the thing. You will always have, anybody who wants to talk, he will give the funnel. So that's how I think he can't afford the kind of hearing aid. So that's simple. It's very simple innovation, but I think it's very important to see that innovation need not be very expensive at all. All it requires is a mind. If you think you can, you can. And I'm very happy today, India is really fired with a lot of startups. I think that's globally it's happening. India has caught up very well nowadays. A lot of youngsters are jumping in. I think it's indeed a very good welcome sign. I'm quite happy in a way, like our family, without any experience, a lot of people are jumping in. Otherwise, a lot of people thought, I'll work for some few years, earn some money, then I'll jump in. Nowadays, government is giving a lot of encouragement. You don't require capital. All you require is great ideas, money will chase. Government is also supporting women entrepreneurs. A lot of supports are coming. Up to 1 crore. It's not a small money. You can do that. That's very important to build a business. But I think our society need to change if you want to encourage innovation. Is don't look at people who failed. I think it's important that people require encouragement. More failures, I think we should celebrate failures. In fact, in our organization, we give priority to people who fail, who has failed in business and coming to interviews. I think I always welcome them because they have something they have learned, and that experience will help us in terms of making it much more successful when they come into practice here. I think that's very important thing. The society should encourage and welcomes, and nobody will, because youngsters will not afraid to kind of try. So what? It's very important. So I would like to, I don't want to take too much of a time, but I think I would like to once again thank our chief guest. I think we'll be waiting to hear from her. I think she has a lot of this thing, seen a lot of innovations globally and seen so many kind of this thing businesses succeeding. I think it will be apt to hear from her as well. Thank you once again for having come all the way to grace this occasion. Thank you.
Thank you for the inspiration and the most important message, do not be afraid to fail. That was wonderful. Thank you very much. We're now going to watch an audio-visual presentation of the jury meet where today's heroes were selected. Can we have the AV, please?
Welcome to the 13th edition of the CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024. Whatever a rich man enjoys, the common man should be able to afford too. These words of wisdom from our visionary innovator, the late Sri R. Chinnikrishnan, continue to inspire the celebration of innovators and their groundbreaking work. This award embodies his spirit and vision. Our country is a wellspring of innovative ideas, a fact reaffirmed by the overwhelming number of entries received from all corners of the nation. These nominations underwent a rigorous evaluation process, guided by our process advisor, Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas and Co., using tried, tested and transparent procedures. The shortlisted nominees were interviewed and their innovations and ideas were meticulously documented on video by our team, who visited their respective locations. These presentations were then reviewed by a distinguished panel of eminent jurors from diverse fields, including manufacturing, the armed forces, academia, investment and law.
All of them are doing things which are going to make a positive difference to the country, to the nation. As far as environment is concerned, a lot of innovators were addressing the environmental issues, the social issues, the health issues. And all these guys are young and coming from towns all across the country. So definitely this award and this CavinKare is bringing the best of our youth, and our innovators definitely can beat the best in the world.
It was a day of tremendous learning for me. So many real life issues and so many innovative solutions that people have really come out with. What is really interesting is the maturity of the innovation and a systematic way of progressing with proper IP filing, market understanding and strategies to really scale it up.
Number of ideas that we get on this panel and the interaction with the jury members as well as with the contestants is quite an experience. You've got to be there to believe this.
There is a huge potential with budding aspirant I would say technocrats coming out in India, and the experience of having to judge the various entries was really interesting.
The whole process has been made easy by MMA because they have pre-shortlisted the parties and made a very innovative shooting of their owners and executives who were able to explain what they were doing. That made our job easier in understanding what they really were projecting.
Range of ideas, the effort that has gone into commercializing many of these ideas certainly means that India is in safe hands.
These award-winning companies, young companies, are doing great work, and once we sit here as members of the jury, it is heartwarming to note the kind of impact that some of these companies are likely to have in the years ahead.
From these shortlisted nominees, 3 exceptional innovators were selected based on the uniqueness of their innovation, its contribution to society, the scalability of the business model, and sustainability, principles that the late Sri R. Chinnikrishnan strongly believed in. CavinKare and the Madras Management Association take great pride in welcoming you to the 13th edition of the CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024.
Indeed. The process is rigorous, it's thorough, and to tell us more, it is now my privilege to request Ms. Aarti Lakshmi Narayanan, Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas and Co. to tell us more about the award process. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause.
Good evening to the distinguished members of the dais, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of our law firm, Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas, I would like to say that it has been an absolute privilege to serve as the process advisors for the CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024. A total of 308 applications were received from all over India. The process started about 3.5 months ago, and the applications have gone through several rounds of scrutiny and review. As you've seen in the audio video visual, the jury members had finally shortlisted the very qualified innovators, and it was a very huddled session where all the applications were thoroughly reviewed and shortlisted to 10 innovators. And thereafter, in the final selections, based on the interviews conducted and a detailed study of the shortlisted applications, the winners for tonight's awards were finally selected. So I had the privilege of closely monitoring and overseeing the entire selection process. And I'm truly delighted to announce that there has been absolute transparency and thoroughness at every stage of evaluation. I congratulate the Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards Committee for the meticulous approach undertaken by them and deeply appreciate the dedication of the esteemed jury members. Their commitment to fairness and excellence ensured that the most deserving innovators have been selected for this prestigious recognition. Thank you very much. I would also like to extend my appreciation to CavinKare and MMA for their unwavering dedication to fostering innovation and recognizing individuals who drive meaningful change. Initiatives like these are crucial for nurturing a culture of creativity and process. And I am confident that the Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards will continue to play a pivotal role in shaping the future of innovation in India. I express my sincere gratitude for the trust placed in us as process advisor. I look forward to seeing the incredible innovations that will undoubtedly emerge in the years to come. Congratulations once again to all the winners. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But before we announce the winners and watch the AV, may I take a moment here to request the wonderful audience to applaud all the participants. We had entries from across the country. Can we just applaud for them, for their effort, for their belief, for their dreams? I would also like to tell you there is no first, second, or third. Everyone's a winner. And can we have the first AV, please, of the winner?
Every year, around 400 million tons of single-use plastic products are produced, with 40% of this going towards packaging. This has a serious impact, causing irreversible environmental damage across the planet. Ms. Khushbu Gandhi and her team, Mr. Ronak Gandhi, and Mr. Chanakya Maid's mission was to eliminate plastics from packaging without compromising utility. To achieve this objective, she founded Go Do Good Studio Private Limited. Ms. Gandhi and her team at Go Do Good have conceptualized and created completely biodegradable packaging material with properties similar to plastic, all made from agricultural waste. Go Do Good has pioneered the development of a series of products that offer environmentally friendly solutions to various packaging challenges. The team at Go Do Good has developed a laminated paper that is waterproof using only natural gums available in India, which will decompose in less than 12 weeks. To print on this paper, they have also developed a seaweed-based ink. To bind the papers together, they've created natural adhesives, replacing traditional cellophane tapes. The entire cycle, from sourcing to manufacturing, consumption, and post-consumption, is sustainable. Go Do Good's innovative solutions, Good Bubble Wrap offers sustainable and effective alternatives to single-use plastic packaging, including eco-friendly options like leak-proof takeaway boxes and printed sachets. As the packaging industry continues to evolve, Ms. Khushbu Gandhi and the Go Do Good team are committed to staying at the forefront of innovation, crafting packaging solutions that are kind to the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, we take immense pride in presenting to you Go Do Good Studios, the winner of the CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024.
Isn't that amazing? To read the citation of Go Do Good Studio Private Limited, I now invite Mr. Sita Raman, Managing Director, Super Auto Forge Private Limited, to please join us on stage. And may I ask the audience a question? There was a news report that came out. Do you know who's the biggest polluter in terms of plastics? Anyone who's been following the news? Well, it is our country. So I'm very happy that we have a solution in place.
Good evening. CavinKare-MMA are very proud to confer the Chinnikrishnan Award, Innovation Awards 2024 to Go Do Good Studio Private Limited on the 14th day of September 24, that is today. The Good Bubble Wrap offers sustainable and effective alternative to single-use plastics packaging, including friendly option. I recommend it for their very challenging and innovative award, and welcome them.
Thank you, sir. I now invite the winner, Ms. Khushbu Gandhi, to join us on stage to receive the award, and I invite the dignitaries to join us in the proceedings. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a problem of the future, and we have a solution on stage. And obviously, it's a woman who thought of it along with her team, so we certainly can do better than this. We have so many things to shower you with, so yes. Would like to hear from you as well. Congratulations. And I love the name of your brand, Go Do Good. Sounds like a message for all of us. A few words from you. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner.
Hello everyone, good evening. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the MMA team, CavinKare, the jury members, and the Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards Committee as well. With deep gratitude, I would like to thank everyone over here from the Go Do Good team. Thank you so much. I hope together we can replace single-use plastic. Thank you.
Congratulations, Khushbu and team. Ladies and gentlemen, can we have the AV of our next winner, please?
India has the highest number of road accident fatalities in the world, with rapid blood loss responsible for more than 30% of these tragic deaths. In critical situations like these, whether after an accident or on the battlefield, every second counts. Thanks to the visionary efforts of Mr. Leo Mavali, founder of Axio Biosolutions Private Limited, this scenario is poised for a positive change. He has developed Axiostat, India's first indigenously produced hemostat. Historically, India has relied on cotton bandages and gauzes, which have proven ineffective at stopping severe bleeding. While other countries had access to advanced hemostatic solutions, they were prohibitively expensive. Driven by a quest for an effective and affordable solution, Mr. Mavali turned to chitosan, a versatile polymer extracted from natural sources. Chitosan's positive charge interacts with the negatively charged blood, forming a strong bond that swiftly stops bleeding. Axiostat is a 100% natural, biomaterial-based medical device available in various forms, including patches and gauzes. It is designed for extreme conditions, making it ideal for military use in diverse environments, from the high altitudes of Siachen to the scorching deserts of Thar. The product can control arterial bleeding in just 30 to 180 seconds, enabling soldiers to either continue their missions or evacuate to safety. Axios products have been approved in over 45 countries and are now used by various armed forces and hospitals worldwide. Axiostat is a unique hemostatic dressing that saves lives by rapidly stopping severe bleeding, offering an innovative and reliable solution for emergencies, both civilian and military. Stop bleeding to death. Save lives. Ladies and gentlemen, we take immense pride in presenting to you Axio Biosolutions Private Limited, the winner of the CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024.
Isn't that amazing? An idea from India saving the world. Phenomenal. And to read the citation of Axio Biosolutions Private Limited, I now request Lieutenant General Karanbir Singh Barar, ABSM, General Officer Commanding Dakshin Bharat Area, to read the citation.
Vanakkam. It's an honor to announce the award. CavinKare-MMA are proud to confer Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards to Axio Biosolutions Private Limited on the 14th day of September 2024. Axiostat, a unique hemostatic dressing, saves lives by rapidly stopping severe bleeding. It provides an innovative and reliable solution for emergencies in both civilian and military use. And I think that's why I'm there. So, the award winner, Axio Biostat.
It's unfortunate Mr. Leo Mably, founder of Axio Biosolutions, couldn't be here, so I request Mr. Yashas Chandra to come on stage to receive the award on his behalf. Yashas. A great idea can not just change a life, can save a life too. Mr. Yashas, we'd love to hear from you, a few words from you. Ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause.
Thank you. Good evening, honorable guests, esteemed colleagues, and distinguished jury members. So it's a big privilege for us to accept the Chinnikrishnan MMA Innovation Awards. Our CEO, Leo Mavly, who had prior travel commitments, is unable to join us today. He sends his deepest thanks for this esteemed recognition. So what we connected, right, like what our Chinnikrishnan family said, we actually drive by that ethos, that our idea was to make our products accessible to every common man. So what we did in military is what we brought to hospitals and even with wound care. So we globally, we are supplying to almost 50 plus countries. So it's completely made in India for the world. So thank you again. It's a deep honor to accept this.
Thank you so much and congratulations to you and to your entire team. Can we now have the AV of the next winner, please?
Rapid economic development over the last 3 decades has made India home to 22 of the world's most polluted cities. The detrimental effects of air pollution and the resulting health risks are estimated to cost India around 3% of its GDP. With the aim of making indoor air safe, Mr. Sanjay Maurya and team, founder of Urban Air Labs Private Limited, has developed UBreathe, a biofiltration-based air purifying device. Founders' Breathing Roots technology enhances the ability of air to pass through the soil root zone of plants, where it is organically purified. By combining three critical elements, technology, design and nature, Mr. Maurya and team have created a unique solution, UBreathe. A single UBreathe purifier is as effective as having 500 plants in the room, utilizing a process broadly known as phytoremediation. This innovation is the first of its kind. While alternative solutions rely on highly non-sustainable filtration techniques, UBreathe offers a complete tech-based green solution. This unique plant-based air purifier sets a new standard in sustainable purification. Thanks to Urban Air Labs for their mission to create a better future, one breath at a time for a better tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, we take immense pride in presenting to you Urban Air Labs Private Limited, the winner of the CavinKare-MMA Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024.
To read the citation of Urban Air Labs Private Limited, I now invite Mr. V. Surya Narayanan, Managing Director, Cholamandalam MS General Insurance and Co. Limited, to please join us on stage, ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause.
Good evening. CavinKare-MMA are proud to confer the Chinnikrishnan Innovation Awards 2024 to Urban Air Labs Private Limited on the 14th day of September 2024. UBreathe redefines air purification with its innovative Breathing Roots technology, enhancing indoor air quality and well-being. This unique plant-based air purifier sets a new standard in sustainable purification. My congratulations to all contestants and the winners. Thank you.
I now invite Mr. Sanjay Kumar Maurya to come on stage to receive the award. Mr. Sanjay, I'm sure everyone in the audience, including me, would like to take those plants home, but we'd like to hear a few words from you.
Thank you so much, everyone. It's an honor to be here and to receive this award. We are working on one of the most pressing issues of our generation, that is the air pollution problem. When we started, we felt that air pollution problem is just an Indian problem and more precisely a Delhi problem. But now we know that it's not just a Delhi problem or an Indian problem, but it's a global problem. So that's what became our motto. We want to create products and solutions which are made in India but made for the world. Our vision is very simple: clean air for all. And with the support that we receive, we hope that we continue to do our job and maybe create a healthy and cleaner future for everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. The minute you said pollution, we had people coughing already. Can invite all the winners to join us on stage for a quick group photograph with our dignitaries on stage. Request our jury members to also join us on stage. Many of our winners have gone on to become super successful unicorns. So, ladies and gentlemen, what we're seeing on stage is absolute excellence. Entrepreneurs, we're creating a better future for you and for me and for the entire world. Isn't that amazing? And all those ideas are from my beautiful country, India. Ladies and gentlemen, can we celebrate them, please? Oh, we can do better. Oh, of course we can do better. Lovely. Thank you very much. Congratulations once again. These are all the people who said no to 9 to 5 and have gone on to do phenomenal things in their lives. And to enrich this stage further, we have an amazing speaker joining us next. Prabha Narasimhan, Managing Director and CEO of Colgate Palmolive, India, since September 2022, is a seasoned leader in the consumer goods industry. She has driven growth through science-based innovation, digitization, and brand building initiatives. Under her leadership, Colgate is advancing with a focus on 4 key areas: growing category consumption, premiumization, toothbrush competitiveness, and diversification. Previously, she led Unilever's home care category and began her career with the Aditya Birla Group. Recognized by Business Today and Fortune India as one of the most powerful women in business, she holds a marketing degree from IIM Bangalore. It is my absolute privilege to invite on stage Ms. Prabha Narasimhan, Managing Director and CEO, Colgate Palmolive India Limited, to deliver the chief guest address. I think I've just invited a trailblazer on stage, and certainly, audience, you can do better than that.
Thank you very much, everyone, and good evening. I realize that I have a triply difficult job. Firstly, the speakers and the award ceremony has been outstanding, so maybe a really big round of applause for that to start. Secondly, I stand between you and dinner. You can't leave till I finish speaking. So our dinner will not get served till I finish speaking. But perhaps my hardest task actually is to talk about innovation, honoring a man who made innovation cool long before it was a hashtag, long before we had Instagram handles dedicated to it. We've heard a lot about Mr. Chinnikrishnan this evening, but I want to add that I've worked in a company where the idea of Sachet actually powers that company. I spent the first 25 years of my working life working for Hindustan Unilever, and as you will know, they are reasonably large in lots of consumer goods, and also reasonably large in products that sell in sachets, and owe this entirely to Mr. Ranganath's father. But on that note, Mr. Ranganath, Captain Vijay Kumar, Mr. Mahalingam, and Aarti, thank you for having me at this very august occasion. It is truly an honor. And if I knew the answer to what drives innovation, I would have definitely packaged it and sold it. But what I'm going to leave you with is a few thoughts that I've gleaned over the 2.5 decades that I have worked. I started actually by doing thinking about what the word innovation actually conjures up in my mind. And nowadays, if anybody says innovation, the first thing that comes to mind is AI, ChatGPT, this kind of thing. So I said, let me ask ChatGPT, what is innovation? And here's what it said. Innovation is the heartbeat of progress and transformation in our world. It drives the creation of new ideas, methods, products that fundamentally enhance existing systems or solve previously unmet needs. By cultivating a culture of innovation, we not only remain competitive, but we also pave the way for economic growth and improved quality of life through advancements in technology and services. That's a lot of English. which quite frankly is perhaps just that. And clearly, I need to get better at writing ChatGPT prompts. So I said, let me park ChatGPT and let me perhaps, go back to slightly surer ground, which is the company that I work for. I have the privilege of working for Colgate Palmolive, an organization that has been around for a very long time, 200 plus years actually. And I want to spend a little bit of time talking about why I believe innovation is important in this organization. Before I go there, however, I of course read up some reports by some consultants. McKinsey had done a survey and they asked leaders in companies, how important is innovation? And 80+% of them, not surprisingly, said innovation is critical. And for those of you who are wondering who are the remaining 50-odd%, I was wondering that as well. But clearly, if McKinsey says 80+%, that must be true. What was interesting, however, was that almost all company leaders, 96% of them, said that they were unhappy with the way innovation was happening in their company. And they did not feel that their organization was adequately innovative enough. And so when so many are dissatisfied, and when all of us know that at least in the FMCG world, 9 out of 10 innovations that get put into the market fails, really it becomes very, very important for us to perhaps get a better grip on innovation. Going back to my job, like I said, I have the privilege of running in India the Colgate Palmolive business. Colgate is a brand that was founded by William Colgate way back in 1806, making the brand just a little bit older than me, and just perhaps a little bit older than most of you in the audience. Lots of firsts that this brand had. In 1873, Colgate started mass producing the first aromatic toothpaste. It came in a jar. This toothpaste took till 1896 to move to a tube and got called the Colgate Ribbon Dental Cream. In 1937, before we got independence, Colgate was the first oral health product in India. In 1997, Colgate Total was introduced, and I am a marketeer by profession, so I'm going to take a 30-second ad break here to tell you about Colgate Total being the best everyday toothpaste and also the toothpaste that most Colgate people use. So that's the end of the ad break, and now back to the speech. I could go on with more and more firsts that Colgate has achieved in its lifetime. But what I want to land here is the importance of being first. I think the idea of being first to market, of being innovative, of having something that nobody else has that fulfills a desire is actually exceptionally important. But apart from being first, successful innovation also needs a few more things. It needs an understanding of the job that your product is being hired to do. Whether your product is, a life-saving blood clotting device like the one that we saw, whether your product is an air purification thing, or your product is sustainable packaging material, what is the job that it is serving in the lives of the consumers that you serve is really important. And I want to give you an example that I had heard a long time ago. A person was doing some research on quick service restaurants, and they were seeing that a lot of milkshakes sold early in the morning between 7:30 to 9 a.m. This is the US. So 7:30 to 9 a.m. kind of time, lots of milkshakes were sold. And so they were wondering, why do milkshakes get sold at that time? For any of you who have lived or worked or holidayed in the US, you will realize that a lot of people drive long commutes to work. They live here and they drive 100 kilometers to get to work. So a lot of people actually would stop, buy a milkshake, put it in their car, and take it along with them. And a milkshake was better than a hot drink because it stayed at roughly the same temperature. But when you know that the reason why your product is being hired is to last a 100-kilometer commute, you can create a product that works for that need. So a product that lasts a 100-kilometer commute needs to be, firstly, roughly the same temperature throughout, so it shouldn't get too warm too quickly and shouldn't melt. Secondly, it should be thick enough to take a little bit of effort to come through the straw, but not so thick that I'm distracted from driving, because most of these people were driving themselves to work. It would be fantastic if that product had a little bits in it that every now and then surprise me, because driving is not fun, US or India or anywhere else. And when I know this, I can create a significantly better product. So knowing who your consumer is and why your consumer buys your product, or what is the job that your product does in that consumer's life, is really critical. And this is where I've got to keep coming back to Colgate and talk about the fact that at the heart of the Colgate business is the commitment that we want to improve everybody's oral health every single day. And against that commitment, we have 900 plus scientists, 10,000 plus patents, 7 global tech centers, 2.7 times higher oral care scientific publications than the next player. And it's this kind of commitment that keeps your brand at the forefront of innovation, at the forefront of technology. And I give you these numbers at scale because we are a scale company, and I know that many of you in this audience perhaps work for larger companies or smaller companies, but the idea behind this really has to be the commitment to delivering against the promise that you have made to your consumers. So innovation needs to be first. It needs to be consumer relevant. It needs to be backed by science and data to deliver to its promise. And like David Ogilvy famously said, the consumer is not a fool. She's your wife, or in this day, let me be slightly more correct and say consumers are not fools. They are your parents, your partner, or your children. And that's something for us to constantly keep in mind, because you can fool them once, but you certainly can't fool them all the time. And that is not the way to build a sustainable business. The next facet of innovation that I want to talk about actually is something that got referenced a lot today, and one of our winners also referenced a lot, which is the idea of sustainability. So if I was to ask you in this room at the end of this question to just by a show of hands, tell me, would you like your products to come with less plastic or no plastic, be recyclable, use less water, use less fossil fuels, be better for the environment, and still deliver to promise? If yes, please raise your hand. Yeah, fantastic. That's like 70% of the room that's raised their hand. Now, if I ask you, and this time I will not ask you to raise your hand, the 70%, how many of you would be willing to pay incrementally for this benefit? The answer becomes much lower. One hand, yes, but I'm saying by and large, the answer does become much lower. And I think this dichotomy between what consumers say and what they do is something that puts a lot of onus on companies to be innovative in the way they address sustainability. So it's not good enough for me to say, oh, consumer will not pay for sustainability, therefore I will not do anything. And therefore, to give you yet again a Colgate example, Colgate developed the first ever recyclable toothpaste tube. Quite a big deal because, toothpaste, it goes in your mouth, it needs adequate barrier property to keep the product safe, etc. First recyclable tube. Firstly, the company made it open source so that everybody could use it. It's not going to be an advantage only for Colgate. And secondly, we then in India took this and said that we want 100% of our tubes to be recyclable, but we want to do it adding zero cost. Zero. So we now have, or we will have, as we exit this year, almost our entire portfolio in recyclable tubes at zero cost, because this country has done what this country is outstanding at, which is frugal innovation. And therefore, I think an accountability on companies to marry the idea of sustainability along with innovation to make sure that we can deliver this to consumers without adding to the burden of cost. I'm going to move now to really the two different types of innovation that I've seen, and I'm sure all of you have seen as well. The first type of innovation being sustaining innovation, where it follows a linear path and you get incrementally better. So if we were to take our Colgate Strong Teeth and add arginine technology to it, that would be a sustaining innovation. We would relaunch it, there'd be new packaging, new communication, it would have better formulation, better flavor, excellent, along a linear path. And this kind of innovation is really important to FMCG companies to make sure that you're constantly moving ahead and constantly keeping a moat between you and your next competitor. The second kind of innovation is really disruptive innovation. And in the toothpaste world, that would be, a lot of you, I'm sure, want a whiter, brighter smile. You can get that with the toothpaste, but you could also get that with a leave-on whitening serum. So when Colgate launches, as it has done last month, a leave-on whitening serum, that becomes a disruptive innovation, which, as the name implies, is not linear. It is disruptive, but again, keeps at its heart the reason why the consumer is hiring this product or this service. So organizations need both sustaining innovation to ensure that, like I said, the gap between them and similar alternatives already exists, and disruptive innovations to make sure that you're raising the bar for insurgents and not just sitting there thinking, it's all good and we can do more of the same. So that perhaps a segue into my last part of what I wanted to say, which is what makes an organization innovative. I've had the privilege of working for two fantastic companies through my career, Hindustan Lever and Colgate. And here's what I've learned. So apart from what we've already discussed, which is keeping the consumer at the heart, putting your money where your mouth is in terms of what you deliver, in terms of the promise and desirability, organizations or working places also need a culture that supports innovation. And the first thing in that culture is really to bring the ability to bring the outside in and see the problems that people are facing. And I love the idea of your father, sir, who had this idea that everybody should be able to afford what the rich afford. What a fabulous vision. And if you were to think about why Airbnb started because its founders found that they didn't have enough money to pay the rent. They had an empty loft, so they said, let's rent out the loft, and from there, the idea was born. Or my erstwhile company, Sunlight, was created at a time, Sunlight Soap, where hygiene standards were exceptionally low, and mass producing a soap meant that lives could be saved just by the simple act of hand washing and better clothes washing. So this ability to look outside and see the problems that consumers are facing and internalize those problems and make solutions is the first thing that organization culture needs, to my mind. The second is to give people the space to be creative. Creativity is not something that you can do going, 3 ideas now. Doesn't work like that. You need to be able to create an environment that allows them to think, an environment that fosters connection. And in that, I want to come back to something that Mr. Ranganathan said, that a lot of these ideas would fail. And the ability to handle that failure as a leader and as a company is exceptionally important. And I must tell you, now almost 30 years into my working career, I think I have learned more from the numerous failures that I've had than from the far more limited successes. The third thing is innovation needs discipline. It is not about that one apple on your head moment or the one, Edison's light bulb moment, but high quality innovation is usually the result of hours of work, of understanding your audience, understanding what your product can deliver, and then making sure that you're combining these two. As a side story, when I was a child, I used to see Picasso's paintings. I'm sure for any of you who've seen them, you're thinking, I can do that, I can paint that. Now, as an adult, I don't think I can paint that either. But I used to look at those paintings and go, oh, this is easy, I can paint these. But then you realize that actually the man had the ability to paint beautifully. And only then could he break the rules and create what he did, which was Cubism. The fourth thing that innovation culture needs is an ecosystem and diversity. Normally, when we think of diversity these days, we think of adding women. But it's not about adding women, or it's not only about adding women. It's about adding people who have diversity of thought, diversity of background, diversity of problem-solving approaches. And the more we have more of those people in a room, the more likely we are to get to better innovation. And lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we need for an innovative culture people who believe that what got us here will not get us there. Because it's always, always easier to stay with the status quo than to break it and to redefine it. And you need a set of people in every group who are the people who are going, oh, we're going to lose, somebody's going to overtake us, someone's going to eat our lunch. You need those kind of people who are slightly on the edge of paranoia to say that we must challenge status quo and to get us to a better place. It's always interesting, however, that this challenge to status quo usually comes from outside of the own company. And lastly, just to conclude, I'm the mother of 2 children, one who is hopefully going to join the workforce soon, I hope, and the second who's hopefully going to college soon. And I can't think of a better time to be an innovator or to be an innovator in India. I'm quite often on the jury of many of these award ceremonies, and I see a lot of the entries, like the fabulous, fabulous entries and winners that we've seen today. And it's incredible what India can create. So I must say that sitting where I do, it's my absolute privilege to watch all of you innovate and take this country forward. And I wish you much success and happiness in doing it. Thank you for your attention. Namaste.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was very Gen Z friendly, full of riz, if I can say so. Thank you for explaining how it is. If you want to become a great painter, get your basics right. Perfect message for Gen Z. So here's what we want to do. We want to say thank you to you. And I'll request Mr. C.K. Ranganathan and Mr. Mahalingam to step forward and do the honor of presenting the memento to our distinguished chief guest, Ms. Prabha Narasimhan. Thank you so much for inspiring us. We also take this opportunity to thank those who made this award process possible. Ms. Aarti Lakshmi Narayanan of Shardul Amarchand Mangaldas and Co. for supporting the award as the process advisor. Thank you for being a pillar of support. I also request the distinguished chairman and members of the panel of jury. It was the honor of accepting a memento in appreciation of their great support, which contributed to the success of this award. So I invite them on stage. Lieutenant General Karanveer Singh Brar, ABSM, General Officer Commanding Dakshin Bharat Area. Can I please have you on stage? We also like to thank Mr. A.R. Unikrishnan, Managing Director, Saint-Gobain India Private Limited. Mr. Manoj Joseph, Managing Director, Tejo Engineering Limited. Not here with us at the moment, but we'd like to thank them for their support. That's how amazing our jury is, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. V. Surya Narayanan, Managing Director, Cholamandalam MS General Insurance Co. Limited. Mr. Sita Raman, Managing Director, Super Auto Forge Private Limited. We also would like to thank Mr. Lakshmi Narayanan Duraisamy, Managing Director, Sundaram Home Finance Limited, who is not here with us today, but thank you very much. And of course, our dearest Professor L.S. Ganesh, Professor retired IIT Madras and Vice Chancellor, ICFAI University, Hyderabad. And also like to thank Mr. M. Parvez Alam, Chief Executive Officer and Director, Crescent Innovation and Incubation Council, who is not here with us. Mr. Gautam Sarvesh RR, Manager Ops and Member Liaison, Kiritsu Forum, Chennai and Singapore. Can we give a big round of applause to our jury who have been amazing, who kept the standard of excellence of the awards. They've given us their time. Thank you very much. I now request Group Captain R. Vijay Kumar, retired VSM Executive Director MMA and recipient of Vishish Seva Medal from the President of India, to deliver the vote of thanks. If the event is happening on time, he is the man responsible for that. Over to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my privilege to be here again to deliver the formal vote of thanks. There are so many people who made this function a grand success. I listed out. If I missed out anything, my apologies, and you are always there in our heart. To start with, Ms. Prabha Narasimhan, MD and CEO of Colgate Palmolive. What a thought-provoking address, madam, and your break was very good. Your address was very good, and your Colgate smile with a lot of thoughts on innovation is really, really very good. And thank you for traveling all the way from Mumbai to be here on a weekend, to be there, and your presence made this award function very special, and thank you so much for joining us. Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, what to say about Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, well-wisher, and my past president. In fact, I have a very special connection with CKR because I joined MMA when CKR was the president, actually. So, looking back since then, CKR, thank you so much for your support as always and your guidance from time to time. That is what making us, your adrenaline is pumping us to do well every time. Thank you, CKR. Mr. Ashok Kumar and family of Chinnikrishnan and who have joined us this evening, doing a lovely book launch and launch of the portrait and many more. And thank you, family, for joining us. And also Vairamuthu for a very inspiring address in Tamil. And it was very, very inspiring to really listen to him with so many anecdotes. Thank you, Mr. Vairamuthu, for joining us. Aarti Lakshminarayan, partner Sardul, for with us all the time, guiding us from time to time and as a process advisor. And wherever you think it's not correct, telling us, no, not possible, get it done, we have to redo it again. And your firmness really made us bring the best out of us. Thank you so much. Panel of jury, preliminary and the final, large number of people who made this possible. Some of them you met today. Thank you, each and every one of you. And President, MMA, and members of Managing Committee. President, what to say about my President, Mr. Mali? Without him, I don't think anything I could have possible to deliver it. My entire managing committee, some of the past presidents are here. And thank you, Mali. I think you have been a great source of support to us to deliver from time to time everything. And the team from CavinKare and team from MMA who are like a rock solid behind me to do that. They have done a lot of research, reaching out to all India, bringing out so many applications form, bringing them here from different part of the country. It's a fantastic job done by both Team CavinKare and Team MMA. Thank you so much. A big thank you to each one of you. And all this is made possible, but whatever you could done, how to project it. There's one man who did everything, Mr. Chongalingam, videographer, RV production, did a fantastic job, all the visuals. What really made you appreciate the video? Then, as usual, event management by Showspace, outstanding, par excellence, they are one of the best today. And caricature artist, because we would like to present the caricature because the awardees would like to see them looking different and getting the award. That's why we present them with the caricature. Public relations with Brandcom, big thanks to you for really taking us to at national level. And AGR Catering, let's wish him before Mr. Rajiv Gandhi, because when you go, you're going to get a very lovely, very delicious food. Thank you, Rajiv. We are really hoping for a lovely food from you. And MMA, CKR volunteers, students, from Sairam College. You have seen a lot of students coming and going. They're all MBA students from Sairam, and they have been with us for this particular initiative. Done a fantastic job. Big thanks to you. And also a couple of management trainees who are with MMA. They get trained. And members of the media who have come in a big number. And Mr. Tayyub, who is a part of our team and designed most of the thing what you see. Last but not the least, Sultana, you have been a fabulous MC. Our time management depends upon how well you managed it. Big thanks to you. Thank you all, ladies and gentlemen, for your presence today. Your presence, audience, you are the one. Large number of viewers watching online. I think we have more than 5,800 people are watching it. About 900 plus are here in the auditorium. You are the one who made this award function a grand success. Big thanks to each one of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I just want to ask a question. How many of you are going to become entrepreneurs, especially the students behind? Just clap your hand and respond to me. How many of you are going to become entrepreneurs after watching all of this? And how many of you believe that the story of Mr. Chinnikrishnan should be part of our education system, should be part of our textbooks? Please applaud. We really hope to see that very soon. Congratulations to everyone. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to rise for the national anthem.
शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मागे गाहे तब जय गाथा जन जन मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Ladies and gentlemen, a quick announcement. Those of you who want to take this treasure home, the book, it's available for you outside. Please leave your number, take the book, read it, celebrate it, share it with everybody. There's a lovely dinner waiting for you. This is hosted by Mr. C.K. Ranganathan, Chairman and Managing Director, CavinKare Private Limited. So please join us over there. And with that, we come to the very end of this beautiful evening. Congratulations to the winners. Audience, I know you're all leaving, but can we clap? It takes a lot to make this happen. To the entire team over there, to everyone on stage. This is the effort that takes months and months. So, ellarukkum vaalthukal, nandri, vanakkam. This is Sano signing off. Thank you.